In France, the word hotel does not actually mean a building offering accommodation. In French, it literally means a townhouse. And even here in London, when they pull up at our door, some people really do feel they're walking into a home from home. Of course, at Hotel Babylon, we do our very best to foster that feeling. The simple truth is that the more our guests enjoy being here, the more they'll spend. Don't get me wrong, hotel staff are friendly, but never forget that behind the smile, our eyes are always on the bottom line. Our heartfelt request to guests to reuse towels and help save the environment is really aimed at helping us save a fortune in laundry bills. The complimentary breakfast with £24.95 we graciously give you to apologise for not having your room ready costs us 25 pence, while earning us an additional 150 for the deliberate double booking. Until recently, we made a sweet killing from guests using our phones in their room. But as people got wise, we've had to get smart. A man in his room surfing the web via the hotel's wireless server at £5 an hour. Multiply by 50 or 60 and you have a very nice little earner indeed. Nicer still when you consider that the server costs us absolutely nothing. However our guests choose to use the hotel, however imaginatively, for those who work here, it is first and last a place of business. And woe betide the employee who forgets that any business can change hands in a pen stroke, and that their own position can be extinguished in an instant.
They don't look like our usual insurance assessors.
Insurance companies get taken over all the time.
Are they insured against that?
You know, the level of examination they've carried out is a wonder the building hasn't pressed charges for indecent assault.
Thank you. He's pulling in now.
What's going on?
One moment, they were in a huddle over in the bar. Then one of them takes a phone call and then leads them over to the door.
Where they now stand, freaking me out.
Rebecca! Not now, Tony. Positions, everybody!
Oh, which one? I know so many. Huh?
Behind the desk, alert, looking highly professional.
Not your favourite, then?
Tony, door. Door.
What?
Door.
What?
Door.
But there's nobody there.
You nervous?
It's business, Charlie. Just business. Welcome to Hotel Babylon.
Thank you.
How was your flight from Barcelona?
And the sky was crystal clear, so I sought permission from traffic control to let me pass slow over the Alps. Stunning. Being in the controls of a Learjet in a clear blue sky is among the greatest feelings in the world.
Well, I'll have to take your word for that. This is my deputy, Charlie Edwards.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
I'm sure.
Shall we go through to my office?
Why don't you show me what I'm buying?
Certainly. This way.
Good morning, sir.
Don't take this the wrong way, but is that good?
It's more important than God. That is Donovan Credo.
Credo.
I hope you don't mind my asking, but how much longer will your people need to complete the audit?
Oh, you're not suggesting I purchase this establishment without knowing exactly what I'm buying?
It's just that my staff are starting to suspect that your staff are not entirely as advertised.
You told them they're insurance assessors?
Well, our usual insurance assessors are two short, bald men with body odour that could stun a large reptile and a limitless supply of bad puns about the insurance industry.
My people are almost finished. I'm just trying to imagine what sort of guests would pay to stay in a room like this, but I'm struggling.
Well, it's a very popular suite.
Among the blind?
Once your people have completed the valuation and fixed a purchase price, what then?
Oh, my lawyers nail the deal, and Hotel Babylon as is will cease to exist.
And its staff?
Oh, I believe you already know my thoughts on that subject.
I don't.
I wondered if you'd given any thought to the proposal I emailed this morning.
Proposal? What proposal?
I neither need nor want any of your team, Rebecca. Just you.
What?
See a little deaf in the head?
You told me the overwhelming majority of the staff would survive a takeover bid.
Step outside, would you, Charlie?
Rebecca, you told me.
Now.
Jesus.
Sorry to scare you, mate.
If you eat your flaming torch, you can hunt down Frankenstein's monster.
That is Jonathan Credo in there, isn't it?
Sorry?
So these humorless Teutonic types all over the place are not insurance assessors?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Your reluctance to speak itself speaks volumes. I wondered why they weren't bored and smelly.
Credo has made his fortune by buying and converting hotels into his own corporate brand. So, is he buying and converting us?
I'm not at liberty.
Liberty to say. The record's going round and round, Charlie, but the needle appears to have become resolutely stuck.
Come on, Charlie, we're your friends. If you're selling the hotel, what about us?
Quite.
People, this is a management matter. Please, just let it drop.
Did you tie your tie a little too tightly this morning, Charlie boy? We are not people. This is us you're talking to.
Right. Mr. Credo's here on a meeting with Rebecca. It's as simple as that. Now, the last time I looked, you were all on the payroll, so please, roll back to your posts and earn your pay.
I don't like you like this.
Just do my job.
So was Eichmann.
Well, if I may say so, it's not much of a concession.
It's because I rate you so highly that I'm prepared to make even that.
Well, thank you.
By the wall prints of Babylon, I sat down and wept. Such dreadful tat.
Guests like it?
Whether guests like what you've done here is irrelevant, Rebecca. Because in the grand scheme of things, Hotel Babylon is decidedly old hat. But when I've transformed this building into a Credo hotel, it will no longer merely be an environment in which people eat, drink, and sleep. It will be an oasis of luxury that will stand as the exemplar of the Credo brand. We will reveal all other hotels to be the tawdry, pickpocketing operations they truly are. We will be the very best, for only the very best. Only those at the very top of the A-list will be admitted, expecting the most superior service, executed by the most efficient, most discreet, and most elegant staff, and led by the most beautiful and dynamic young manager in London.
My team can make that transition with me.
Let's see. You'll permit me to shed a few rays of light into the black hole that is your team. Your concierge and head barman, quote, resemble two leftovers from the American porn industry circa 1983, while your food and beverage manager has, quote, the air of a bus conductor for whom passengers are a gross inconvenience. Your housekeeper runs her own lost property department like a latter-day Fagin, while the double act you currently have installed on reception are simply, quote, very, very wrong.
Could you be a little more specific?
Quote, if this were a hotel for children, they would be perfect.
Well, if that's how they come across to your team, then I have to take full responsibility. Because it means I haven't pushed them to develop to their full potential.
Continue this level of self-flagellation and you might just talk yourself out of a job.
Then let me talk myself back into it by showing you that I can turn my staff into your staff. They project themselves in a way that our current guests expect. Attractive but approachable. Efficient yet informal. But give them the opportunity and I am utterly convinced they will perfectly reflect the style and aspirations of the typical Credo guest.
By definition, a typical Credo guest is atypical. I have made my concessions and laid out my terms. Those who know me understand that this means fini. Fini. And now, before I go, I'd like to see the rest of the hotel and restore my confidence that the notion of good taste still lurks somewhere in your bosom.
If Credo's people are auditing the place, it can only mean one thing. He's looking to buy.
Well, knowing his reputation for keeping one step ahead of the game, already in the process of buying.
I tried telling a joke to one of his serious blonde women.
Yeah, me too. That was a waste of breath.
Didn't dawn on you that your asinine cracks might not actually be funny?
What did Big Lord Fauntleroy say?
James is suggesting that our jokes are not amusing.
No.
This one was bloody hilarious. How many governments have there been in Italy since the World War II? You want to hear the punchline?
If I must.
Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. 52.
Hilarious, do you know?
Donovan Credo. At last working for someone with true vision.
And what makes you think his vision includes us?
Oh, no, I never implied that it included us, Ben.
Of course, just you.
Well, his staff have been checking me out.
Oh, that's called a double take. The first is disbelief, the second is sheer horror.
Gay pig.
Better gay pig than a straight hamster with split ends.
Oh, yes, hello. I know that this is short notice, but I was wondering whether you could squeeze me in this lunchtime.
Madam, sirs, welcome to Hotel Babylon.
Oh, magic. Look, man, they got a doorman and everything.
Concierge, sir.
Concierge what?
You can't be guests.
We won a competition.
Had my question been, did you win a competition, that would have been the correct answer.
Ma'am, you won. That's 2 nights in a top London hotel for getting a question right in a daytime phone-in.
What is a snowman made of?
And you answered correctly.
Initially, I thought it was a trick question, but then I said to myself, no, Myra, stick to what you know. Que sera, sera.
And here we are.
And here you are indeed. Larger than life and in full technic odour. If we ever end up admitting those types to a creative establishment, you have my full permission to drown me in one of my own jacuzzis.
Those types are guests, sir.
For which you have my intense sympathy.
Wow. It's like a really, really well-designed whorehouse.
You should be aware there's no longer any illusion on the shop floor that we're being investigated for insurance purposes.
Come in. Close the door.
What's going on?
I have to sack them, Charlie.
What?
When Credo takes control of the hotel, he wants to gut the building, decor and management. I argued the case for keeping my team. He said I could retain just 2, whose contracts he reserves the right to re-evaluate in 1 month.
Previous, isn't he? Don't even own the place yet. So what are you going to do?
Be as straight and as fair as I can to those we have to lose.
And they are?
You're the first on my list of the 2 to keep. On the condition that you tell me who has to go.
You must be joking.
Since you arrived at Hotel Babylon, I've watched you move through the hotel in your Charlie-shaped bubble, pally with everyone. But now they're facing the axe, and we have to make the hardest choice a manager can make. Sacking people. Friends who don't deserve it. Now, I know that I can make those judgments. But can you?
You're asking me to prove myself as a manager by sacking members of our team for this arsehole.
Now, what I'm asking is for you to recognise what is quite possibly the defining moment of your career.
This is bollocks.
This is what you have to be capable of if you want to work at the highest level in this industry. At the highest level, you look down and you don't see people anymore, just numbers in columns.
I recognise the face, but not the voice coming out of it.
Well, we can cry about it later. So what's it going to be? Are you only ever up for a good time, Charlie? Or have you got what it takes to cut the really hot mustard? If you'd rather not write a list of who has to go, then just bring me the name of the one who gets to stay. What is going on? I can hear you at the other end of the corridor.
Is it true hotel's been sold?
What?
Maya here says she heard downstairs that hotel's been sold and we all gonna lose our jobs. I say don't be stupid, but she's sure she heard right.
Hotel se prodaje I svi letimo na ulicu, ostajemo bez posla.
She says it's all over hotel.
If that were true, how come I haven't heard anything of the sort?
Eto vidiš, ona je menadžerca, ona kaže da ako je to istina, onda bi valjda to ona znala do sada. Kako ona ne zna?
Pa možda nije ona u tom krugu.
She says maybe you're not in the loop.
I know. I know. I'll do my best to get the figures you need.
Can I have a word?
Not now, Jackie.
What?
I said not now.
It's really important.
I said not now.
Some of the girls upstairs have been spooked by a rumour that apparently the hotel's up for sale and everybody's going to lose their jobs. I just tried speaking to Rebecca, but she practically threw me out of the room. What's going on?
Nothing.
Is the hotel about to change hands?
There's interest.
Is everybody going to lose their jobs?
Absolutely not. Excuse.
She's not going to let you in.
Charlie.
Come in. Do you have a name?
Do we really have to do this?
Yes, I'm afraid we really do have to do this. It's called a management clear-out.
Like a slaughter.
Let me see who you want to keep. I thought so. Then let's get on with it.
As the hotel gossip, if you don't know about something, then generally it's not worth knowing about, right?
I think I can take that as a compliment.
If it was me, I wouldn't, but let's not get bogged down with semantics or questions of personal dignity right now.
Excuse me. Hello, reception. Oh, hello, Rebecca. Yes, he's just dealing with a guest at the moment. Is there anything I could do? Okay, sure. Bye. Sorry, you were not wanting to get bogged down?
This rumour about the hotel being sold.
Oh, Ben, Rebecca wants to see you in her office.
When?
Now?
What about?
Well, I don't know. She didn't really go into details.
Okay, are you sure you can manage it all by yourself?
Yeah, it's better than carrying your shift. Go on. So, what do you want to know?
Well, it's a gossip. I'm about to become part of Guido's empire. I mean, it should be great, right? I've always wanted to work for Donovan Guido. Prestige, the travel, the clothes, the shoes. What?
All of Credo's staff get custom-made calf leather shoes.
Come in.
Oh, fabulous. I understand this is a shock, but I thought it only fair to give you as much notice as possible.
May I ask a question?
Of course.
Why me?
Ben, let me assure you, it's not just you.
But I'm the first.
Someone had to be.
Right. Just like Star Trek.
Ben.
Star Trek?
Who's the first crew member to get shot or eaten?
Oh, don't even start to
The
go
Black.
there.
Well, it's a management clear-out.
This has got absolutely nothing to do with colour. We had to start somewhere.
Oh, so says the white man sitting on the boss's side of the table.
Hey, you're bang out of order, son, and you know it.
If you want to take the rest of the day off, Ben, I do understand. If not, then I would ask you to keep this to yourself so as not to cause panic amongst the rest of the staff. Just until I've informed them of their position.
I'll stay.
Thank you for behaving so professionally.
Though not professional enough for Donovan Credo.
I'm sorry, Ben.
So what happened? Ben? Okay, gay men are biologically incapable of keeping secrets. Well, apart from the secret about being gay, which you'll seem to be able to keep for ages. Maybe that's why you're not so good at keeping the others, because after finally bursting out of the closet, the others
The
hardly...
rest of the day, just leave me alone. Please.
Okay. That's what you want?
Yeah, it is.
Prawn cocktail.
I'm sorry, madam, we don't do a... We do seared scallops atop a coconut lobster broth. Is there?
Does the soup of the day have any prawns in it?
It's truffled cauliflower.
Can you bung a few prawns in?
Anticipating chef's reaction to your request, not to mention the suggestion that he bung any of his fresh ingredients anywhere, I suspect not.
I thought the customer was always right.
Yes. That is a common misconception, usually held by the customer. If you would excuse me for just 1 second.
I need to see Rebecca's office.
Right. Marcel? I'm terribly sorry. Unfortunately, I've been called away. If you'd excuse me.
You decided
So far, she's chosen every starter on the menu. Before moving on to something else, prawns seem to be the only constant. Stand firm.
Right.
If I have the egg mayonnaise, can I have it without the egg, the mayonnaise, but with prawns?
I'm so sorry, James, but under the circumstances, I felt it only fair to give you as much warning as I could.
I don't understand. Surely I'd be perfect in the Credo setup. I have a proven expertise in wine. I have an encyclopedic knowledge of every major cuisine.
It's nothing personal.
My purchasing skills are renowned. Always showing a year-on-year rise in profit that any standalone restaurant would kill for. I'm sorry. Didn't you show him the books?
I did everything in my power to persuade him to take you with him.
Then your power is obviously insufficient.
Again, I'm...
Sorry. Yes, you've already said that. You're terribly, terribly sorry. Well, that doesn't help me, does it? Because I will still be redundant when this place becomes his place. I felt at home here. I like knowing where I am. Frankly, I'm too damn long in the tooth to have to find yet another birth and start all over again in this bloody business. Oh, God. Forgive me.
You take your time, mate.
Rebecca, please. Please, don't do this to me.
James, if there was anything I could have done...
Don't talk as though an irrevocable decision has been made and my name has already been cast to the past tense. I'm begging you. Rebecca, please. I'm absolutely begging you.
James, please don't.
This place is my life.
James, stand up.
I can't.
Vodka, no soda, no ice, no questions.
Yes, sir.
Another one.
Charlie.
You ever found yourself in between a rock and a hard place?
Sure. I was a young barman in Napoli. I was having an affair with the wife of the boss. One day, we upstairs, having a bash, when she say she can hear the husband coming up the stairs. Now, in the bedroom, there are only 2 windows. One, I jump a long way into the street and break both my legs. The other, I jump a long way into the courtyard and break both my legs. Rock and a hard place, eh?
What did you do?
I hid behind the door and then smash the husband with a big, heavy pillow and run like the bloody wind.
You got away with it then?
Well, actually, I run straight into the road and get knocked down by Lambretta, but after I come around from the coma and remember my name, yeah, I got away with it.
Tip-top.
Tippity-toppity.
So as well as winning 2 nights in a top London hotel, we got given tickets to see a top London show.
Right.
Only, Mum and Dad would prefer to stay in their room seeing watch our big telly.
Oh, that's fair enough. Big screen plasma entertainment at the foot of your king-size bed versus Wayne Sleep leaping around in a pair of tights and a plastic nose. I know where I'd rather be. Right, so you'd like me to get rid of these for you?
Well, I was hoping to swap them.
OK, for another top London show?
For a top London prostitute.
Wouldn't you rather see Mamma Mia?
Mate, as long as you got big knockers, I'm not bothered.
OK. Leave it with me.
OK. Oh, Chinesey.
Chinesey?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Big knockers and Chinesey. But you don't get that in a Donovan Creole establishment. Come on, Tony. If they can pay, they can play. If they can pay, they can play. Nihoma. Jimmy. Tony.
At Hotel Babylon, when the staff are happy, the booking's plentiful, and the place is buzzing, our team spirit is so strong you can almost taste it as a separate odour in the carefully perfumed air. For then, everything in our garden is rosy.
Thank you.
And everybody's cup truly runneth over.
Let's do it. It's great.
As far as the staff are concerned, at such times, it's all for one, and one for all. But when spirits are down, when uncertainty stalks the cheaply painted corridors behind the facade, well then it's all for one, and every man and woman for him and herself.
Poor James.
Yeah, poor James. Where do you find poor James?
I've just gone in for a quick slash. They're gonna nail us all, he reckons.
No, not us. We are good workers. We are good people, eh?
Anna, do you honestly think looking like one of Credo's minions will predispose him towards keeping you on?
When in Rome.
When my great-uncle was in Rome during the war, he did like the Romans. He dressed up like the people in power. And when the mob hung Il Duce like a pig, they shot my great-uncle in the head.
Did he die?
They shot him in the head, Anna. Well, you think he get up, say goodbye to his brains and pop for a cappuccino? Eh?
It's the blonde thing, definitely.
Jackie, Rebecca would like to see you.
hold my hand?
Jackie.
This reminds me of the day I came in for my interview. This isn't like then, is it?
If Donovan Credo think that I don't know all about the latest cocktails, he has another thing again, eh? Does he not know that I search the world wide interweb nearly every day for all the latest drinks and cocktails, and that I have my own interweb blog, www.ondalashwithgino.com?
You're a terrific receptionist, Anna. You'll find another position in no time.
But my hair.
It suits you.
Do you know how much it costs to get a wig at this quality at such short notice?
Please don't cry.
I'm not, it's just these contacts.
Rebecca, something's kicked off. What's going on? Oh, I see. What a bloody mess.
Kicked off where?
Upstairs, something royal.
Oh, all I need.
You should be fighting our corner.
Hey, we're all on the same side here, mate.
Charlie.
Look after her. We should have waited until the sale of the hotel was finalised before we started telling people.
The last thing I need right now, Charlie, is you losing your bottle.
I'm not losing my bottle, you idiot. You are losing all perspective of what's going on here.
Jackie!
Jack!
No Jack in here, love.
Oh, so sorry.
Jackie! Jackie!
I finished Jackie him, and then Jackie you.
Jackie? I specifically remember asking you not to say anything.
When I came upstairs, I knew me well enough to see that there was something wrong.
Well, then you should have made something up.
Rebecca, I've never lied to my staff. That's the only way I can ever expect them to never lie to me.
What?
The kitchen's up in arms! I don't know what started it, but you better tell Rebecca to do something about it before all hell breaks loose! Like now!
Listen, please, listen. If you don't listen, how can I tell you what's going on?
Listen! Please! Thank you. OK, you understandably want to know if the rumour about the possible sale of the hotel is true.
Would be nice.
OK, it is. Please. Donovan Credo, he's seeking to buy the hotel and rebrand it as one of his own. However, he has not bought it yet. Nevertheless, Credo's made his money in the boutique end of the market, right? Style is everything to this guy. But let's not lose sight of the fact that beneath his pretentious design, his expensive gloss, at the end of the day, he still needs people. He needs people to make and serve the food, to clean and change the linen, to polish the floors, people to do all of the jobs in this place that make it hum like a well-oiled machine. So, however many blondes in fashionable dresses he puts behind the front desk, at the end of the day, he knows the real people, the most important grafters, are the people behind the scenes, women and men like you.
Loyalty! Credo's people are near to completing due diligence prior to purchase, which means that we...
Christ's sake, look at our language.
Nothing is finalised. The situation is finely balanced at the moment. There's more to... Look, it's a very difficult time, but you will be kept informed of any developments.
In the meantime, let's not forget our professionalism, and more importantly, the paying guests that we've got in the hotel now. Thank you for listening. Please, let's get back to work.
Thank you. Ladies, I think you've made your point clear. Thank you. Okay, Tony.
Oh, that was close.
What did you mean back there?
When?
After you said the situation was finally balanced at the moment, you started to say something else and then you stopped yourself.
Did I?
Yeah, you started to say there's more to. More to what? More to life than banding together and sticking up for your rights? More to than this situation than you're actually letting on? What?
I don't think I've forgotten what you called me upstairs, Charlie, because I haven't.
No, you're avoiding the question. That's nice. Rebecca.
Rebecca, Donovan Credo's just arrived.
Bring Tony to my office in 10 minutes.
You've not answered my question.
Mr. Credo, I just wanted to tell you how much respect I have for your work in taking the hotel industry to new heights, and to tell you that I have experience.
Why are you dressed like that? You look like Myra Hindley.
Myra Hindley?
What on earth possessed you to do that? If the situation had spiraled even more beyond your control, it would have threatened everything I'm working to achieve.
They were asked to keep the information to themselves.
And because you ask, they will.
I trust them to keep their word.
It's spineless management. And not what I would have expected from someone of your caliber. It's sentimentality of the most repellent order.
No. Not sentimentality. Loyalty.
In my book, they're one and the same.
Well, perhaps you should get a different book. The people who work for me are loyal colleagues and friends.
Do not ever use the word friends in relation to employees in front of me again.
My people deserve to know where they stand as soon as I do.
You keep talking about people. In my organization, we do not have people. In my organization, we have me. And the means by which what I want is brought into effect.
With the greatest respect, this is still my organization. And in my opinion, I think I get more out of my people when they are treated decently.
Rebecca, when I want your opinion, I will run a wet fingertip around the rim of an empty wine glass and get it. We're in a private meeting.
Yes?
If now's not a good time,
No, it's fine.
I have Tony waiting.
Tell him I'll be 2 minutes. For your information, Charlie advised waiting to inform them until the sale was finalised.
Then perhaps I should consider Charlie for the new manager's position instead of you.
Perhaps you should.
No, as soon as I know anything, I promise you I'll let you know that you can advise all your team, okay?
Charlie? I know that I probably shouldn't ask, but I can't help wanting to know why Guido wouldn't take me.
Oh, because you're funny, you're individual, you're unpredictable. All the things that Guido hates.
So the hair, you really think it suits me?
Well, call me perverse, but I've always preferred pictures of Marilyn Monroe before she went peroxide. Less calculated, less iconic, perhaps, but more attractive. That's just so much better.
Thank you.
Like I said, the sale hasn't gone through yet.
Yeah, but we both know that you think it will. I'm gonna really miss working with you.
Me too.
Tony, earlier this morning, Donovan Credo made it quite clear that when he takes over the hotel, he wants a clean sweep of management.
Yeah, but he usually takes the existing manager. They know the building.
As he has offered to on this occasion.
You accepted.
Well, I managed to persuade him, as a gesture of goodwill, to let me keep 2 of my team.
So number 1 is Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, let me guess. Jackie.
You. I can keep you and Charlie.
I went to a Credo hotel once. Cup of tea, see what all the fuss was about. Cup of tea was very nice, pricey, but it was nice. But the longer I sat there, the more uncomfortable I felt.
Expensive seats aren't always the most relaxing.
No, it wasn't just the seats. Everywhere I turned, I caught myself out the corner of my eye in a mirror. I couldn't move for seeing this ugly mug gurning under the weight of my own self-consciousness. Not a pretty sight. I had to leave my very expensive tea and practically ran out of the door.
Tony, this could be a really big opportunity for you.
Well, call me old-fashioned, but my idea of a hotel is no fashion fascists on the door. If you can pay, You can stay.
Credo's hotels attract a very high-end clientele.
Yeah, like flies to shit. No. Thank you for the offer, Rebecca, but no thanks. Also, if, as seems to be the case, that my colleagues are for the old Evo, I think you should take this little chat as effective notice of my resignation. This place won't be the same without me, you know it.
Tony, the wealth that will pass through those doors is almost unimaginable. Think of the rise in tips.
You know, now I'm actually offended. Thank you. You said me and Charlie?
Yeah.
Charlie said yes.
He sees it as too good an offer to refuse.
No.
Where's Charlie?
He's having an early supper in the staff canteen, I think.
'74. Dennis Law. Played for?
Man City.
Last game of the season against?
Man United, his old club.
His old club. Club that made him. Club that all his old pals played for. Law scored, sending United down.
I know, everyone knows. Is there a point to this, mate, or have you just been reading an old annual?
The point is, when that ball rolled towards him, he could have stepped over it, saved his old club from the drop, but he didn't. He went for personal glory, you know, and I wondered how that felt. Knowing that he'd stabbed all his old friends in the back.
I've no idea.
Are you absolutely sure about that? Dennis?
Say my name. Say my name, now.
Charlie.
Don't forget it.
Yes, of course. No, absolutely. Hold on. What the hell do you think you're doing?
You're going to tell me what's going on right now, or I'm quitting. You and Credo, you can fight this out alone.
I want to file a complaint for assault.
Jesus Christ, what happened to you?
That prick just hit me.
This prick provoked me. You haven't answered my question.
Is it true? You hit him?
I called him a name.
What name?
Dennis.
Why did you call him Dennis?
He knows why.
Right, so if I called you Dennis, would you punch me on the nose?
I didn't punch him on the nose because he called me Dennis. Are you going to tell me what I'm asking here, or am I going to go and clear my locker?
Right, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You go patch yourself up. You come with me.
Lucky punch.
Keep it with your head. Not something important. Where are we going?
To the only really private place in the entire hotel.
Sure, your offices.
No, Credo's people have got listening devices in there.
What?
And in the staff locker room, the staff canteen, the bar, and God alone knows where else. How else did he know to turn up so soon after the riot upstairs? Right, I'm going to be quick because I don't want the fire brigade being called out to rescue us.
Right.
While Credo's lawyers have been ploughing through the paperwork to buy this place, a small faction of our board has secretly risen up to stop the entire chain ending up in his hands.
How?
By trying to sell the whole business to the Japanese.
The Japanese?
To give our faction time to make the Japanese an offer they couldn't refuse, I was asked to stall Credo's plans as much as possible without arousing suspicion. So when he told me he planned to find my entire management team, I saw my chance.
Still lost?
I persuaded him to let me keep 2 of you and then inform those who weren't going to make it, knowing that alarm would quickly spread, causing confusion and...
delay.
Couldn't seem deliberate. Had to look like an error of judgment on my part, or he could cry foul and call in the regulators, at which point we're screwed.
You could have told me.
As I just said, Charlie, it had to look completely authentic.
I've just stood up in front of all of them and went to bat for you.
I know, and I'm sorry, but I couldn't see any other way.
You've got to trust in me.
The risk was too great. Keep up.
Jesus, what is all this?
Payroll data, invoices, past and present contracts with contractors, suppliers, banks, spreadsheets, margin forecasts, tax breaks. How many of these are there?
4 trolley loads.
Becca, what's going on?
What's going on is you and I working through the night to unearth anything to help the Japanese complete due diligence in record time.
And if we don't unearth anything?
If we don't, then Hotel Babylon is owned by Donovan Credo. We all get the sack, and he makes sure we never work in this industry again. One way or another. By 9 a.m. tomorrow, we'll know.
Some people stay at Hotel Babylon 26 weeks of the year and regard it as a home from home. But we who are at the hotel 52 weeks of the year never do. We never mistake it for home, and yet the feeling of being part of a family is often stronger here than with our own flesh and blood. For a family is what we are. Here, for instance, we have the younger siblings.
Oh, welcome to Hotel Babylon.
Here, the highly strung older brother. The reliable worldly uncle. The more exciting other uncle who sails close to the wind. The big sister you've always dreamed of. And there's this bloke, Authoritarian father figure generating respect through fear, or the family friend who's always got a quid and a dirty joke for the kids? Manager, or the perennial deputy?
Right. You know what needs to be done here? Gut it and brand it. Extend the foyer into the forecourt. Forecourts are so mid-90s. This absence is really remarkably shoddy of Rebecca. Not at all what I expect.
Mr. Credo.
Do you know how highly I value punctuality? In my book, punctuality of my staff is second only to loyalty.
Well, if I was or was ever going to be a member of your staff, I might bear that in mind. As I'm not, I don't think I'll bother.
You stupid, stupid girl. So when all's said and done, you just want to be a mediocrity. And I was going to put you in charge of the best hotel in London.
I already am.
Now, come on. You'd expect to see more convincing decor in Elton John's bathroom. This place is a joke.
Oh,
the staff's a tawdry mob, the guests an unamusing joke. These people are genetically closer to chimpanzees than they are to any guests I'd want.
Chimpanzees are my favourite animal.
I'm sorry, am I meant to be astonished by this?
There's no airs and graces in a chimpanzee. They look after one another. So if that remark was supposed to be clever, you fit very wide of the target. Come on, Mum. Dad, let's go.
See you next time.
Cheers, fella. Making us so special.
It's my pleasure, sir.
Thanks ever so much.
You could have moved up and away from people like this.
Their money is as good as anyone else's.
Beyond money, there is such a thing as class.
At Hotel Babylon, we never distinguish between guests on the basis of class. Provided they can settle their bill, the Babylon experience is enjoyed by everyone. And we treat everyone like royalty.
You will be hearing from me.
Oh, God, I do hope not.
You will all be hearing from me. Not now! I need leave of it.
I want a management meeting in my office in 30 minutes. I know it's been a horrible couple of days. But now that you've heard my explanation, I hope you understand why it was necessary for events to have proceeded the way they did. I know some of you will question or even disagree with my strategy, but...
I'm sorry, can I go now?
What?
I'd like to get back to work.
I think we all would.
Yes, of course. One last word before you go. Thank God for the Japanese, eh? My one last word. I should have apologized.
Yeah. They'll come back to you. You saved the hotel.
Impossible without you. Charlie, why don't you make yourself comfortable and I'll pop home, have a shower and change.
Okay, I'll take care of everything until you get back. What's going on?
You saw the email. You want the job?
It's already taken.
As a manager, you know when you've lost the trust of your staff. There's no colder feeling in the world. Now, after what I put them through, they won't accept me back. They can't.
You just got to give them time.
I don't have it to give.
What's that supposed to mean?
This business has taken my marriage and most of the best years of my life. I want to make the most of what's left.
Don't walk away like this.
This is the perfect way.
Hotel needs you.
From where I'm standing, the hotel has all it needs. Bye, Charlie. Good luck. What is a hotel? A hotel is a place to stay. A refuge from real life. But sooner or later, real life catches up with all of us, demanding our full attention. When that happens, we had best take heed and step aside for those coming up behind. And just remember, the next time you check in anywhere, it's not the decor, or the big telly in your room, or the innumerable little extras that make your stay memorable. You're paying through the nose for all that. No. What makes your stay memorable, what makes you come back, are the people. Cheers.
Music in session on BBC HD tomorrow night at 9 with the intimate country folk sounds of Ray LaMontagne. All action sci-fi drama next tonight. Prepare to be thrilled by Torchwood.